The PDC World Championship has entertained darts fans for over 3 decades. And over these years, we've witnessed some incredible moments. Nearly 2 million people were watching the 2023 World Darts Championship final between Michael van Gerwen and Michael Smith on Sky Sports. Numbers that were unthinkable at the turn of the century. Why has it become so popular? It's pretty simple, really. Darts is a fun sport, and it provides incredible moments of action. In this video, we take a look at some of the best moments from darts championships from the past decades. You don't want to miss this one, so stick around and watch right till the end. Starting with the very first 9 darters in TV history. This one's a bit old of a memory, and many young fans might not remember it, but it's still worthy of making it into a list of beautiful darts moments. Before settling on the machine, as a nickname, James Wade would go under various darting nicknames including the Gladiator, 009, and the Wingman. The 009 moniker was a take on James Bond's 007 nickname and a nod to Wade throwing 3 9-dart legs on the PDC Tour during the 2006 season. In the 2008 Grand Slam of Darts, Wade joined the list of players to strike perfection in front of the TV cameras. The left-hander hit the first 9-dart leg in Grand Slam history in his second-round clash against Gary Anderson. Unfortunately for Wade, this beautiful moment would come in a losing effort as he went on to lose the match to Anderson 10-8. Up next is yet another beautiful moment which has become rare over the years. The Grand Slam of Darts is one of the few major events on the darts calendar that sees male and female players competing against each other. In 2009, Russia's Anastasia Dobromyslova wrote her name in the history books as the first woman to beat a man in the Grand Slam, beating former major finalist Vincent van der Voort 5-4 in the group stages of the tournament.
100, classical finish.
2 darts, treble 20 double top. She's done this hundreds of times. 2 darts at tops. Get in!
What a lovely way to finish the match. Vincent van der Voort, big gentleman that he is. And there's the celebrations. The crowd love it. And Anastasia has won here at the Grand Slam. And she deserves every moment of celebration. She wins it by 5 legs to 4. Anastasia, you Russian beauty, you have done it.
It was only the second time ever that a woman had beaten a man at darts on TV, with Dobromyslova following in the footsteps of Data Hedman, who won through 2 rounds at the UK Open in 2005. Between 2011 and 2018, there would be no female representation at the Grand Slam, before the ladies returned in 2019 with the then reigning Women's World Champion Mikuru Suzuki. Up next is the first BDO player to win the Grand Slam. The Grand Slam of Darts was launched in 2007 with the brand new tournament bringing together players from the 2 rival codes, the PDC and the BDO, against each other. In 2009, Scott Waites became the first BDO player to reach the final of the Grand Slam, but it would be a humbling experience for Scotty Too Hotty as he was thrashed 16-2 by Phil Taylor. Waites wouldn't give up and reached the Grand Slam final again just 12 months later, and another heavy defeat looked to be on the cards when his opponent James Wade raced into an 8-0 lead. However, the BDO star had other ideas as he produced an unlikely comeback, including a double 8 on his final turn to win 16-12, and joined Taylor as only the second player to lift the Grand Slam trophy. Next is another incredible moment where one of the legends of the sport saw his reign come to an unexpected end. Phil Taylor is regarded by many to be the greatest darts player of all time. The first 3 stages of the Grand Slam of Darts were all won by Taylor. However, his run as Grand Slam champion would come to an end in 2010 when Steve Beaton turned off the power in a gripping quarterfinal clash at the Civic Hall, trailing 13, 9 and 14, 11 in a race to 16 legs. The bronzed Adonis rolled back the years as he won 7 of the last 8 legs to defeat Taylor 16-14. It was Beaton's first win against Taylor in front of the TV cameras and ensured there would be a new name added to the Grand Slam Roll of Honour that year. Up next, we have one of the most incredible moments in darts TV history, and it's a name you hear often these days. Now, a regular voice in the commentary box, Paul Nicholson's career as a darts player saw him make a memorable TV debut at the 2008 Grand Slam of Darts. The Geordie-born Australian qualified as the top-ranked player on the DPA circuit Down Under and walked out to a chorus of boos from the Wolverhampton crowd at the Civic Hall. Nicholson threw a 180 with his first 3 darts in his group opener against Gary Anderson, before turning back to the crowd and putting his finger to his mouth to silence the boos. He would repeat the gesture after hitting double 10 with his last dart in the deciding leg as he beat Anderson 5-4 to mark his big stage debut with a victory.
Now he's got 2 darts for the match. Now he needs double 10. And gets it! Paul Nicholson had the crowd against him. And he responded as he could his very best.
Moving on, we have an incredible moment featuring one of the best players in darts today. Michael van Gerwen has been dominating the sport for a long time. After turning professional and becoming a sensation after winning the 2006 World Masters, his career in the PDC took off in 2012 when he won the World Grand Prix, opening the floodgates for a flurry of major title success over the next decade. A month on from that landmark win in Dublin, Mighty Mike would lock horns with legend Phil Taylor in a first meeting in front of the TV cameras since Van Gerwen became a PDC major winner. It was a match that drew plenty of hype, and it lived up to the billing, with Van Gerwen averaging 108 to Taylor's 104 in a high-quality encounter on the Civic Hall stage. Van Gerwen's hot streak would continue as the Dutchman prevailed 10-5. Ending a 5-year winless run against Taylor in a match he would describe as one of the best games of my life. Next are some incredible numbers from arguably the best game in darts history. Phil Taylor and Adrian Lewis lit up the Civic Hall stage in their semi-final clash at the 2013 Grand Slam of Darts, firing in an incredible 32 scores of 180 between them in just 25 legs. Taylor averaged 109.76 in victory, with Lewis posting an astonishing average of 110.99 in defeat. Taylor checked out 167 to lead 6-5 before jackpot, won 3 of the next 4 legs to move 8. 7 up at the 3rd interval. The power would then pull away with a relentless spell of his own, winning 8 legs on the spin to lead 15. 8. And despite Lewis throwing his 18th maximum of the contest, Taylor would secure his place in the final as a 16-9 winner. From the greatest game of darts to one of the greatest upsets in darts history. Kim Huybrechts produced the performance of his lifetime to knock out the top seed Michael van Gerwen in the 2014 Grand Slam of darts. The Belgian was in inspired form when he faced Van Gerwen in the quarterfinals and threw a 9-dart leg on his way to a 16-10 victory.
Double 12 for the crowning glory. The brilliant Belgian has nailed the 9. Oh my, what a display this is.
Well, you can't say it wasn't coming. The form he has shown in this match has been nothing like what Kim Huybrechts has shown before on the big stage, and it's against the best player in the world.
The Hurricane had earlier stormed into 12, 3 and 13 7 leads against Van Gerwen, and at one point was averaging over 110 before holding off a fight back from his opponent to advance to the semi-finals. Huybrechts threw a 9-darter in the 21st leg to open up a 14, 7 lead and finished with an average just under 105, whilst Van Gerwen in defeat averaged a shade under 104. Moving on, the dreaded 9-dart shootout has been used several times as a final tiebreaker to determine the final standings in the Grand Slam group stages. Under the current format, a 9-dart shootout is highly unlikely, but before the rule change, it would come into play much sooner when two players were level on points and legs difference. A 9-dart shootout sees players each throw 9 darts, 3 darts per turn, and the player with the highest total score would advance to the knockouts and the loser would be out. In 2017, Mark and Darren Webster faced off in a 9-dart shootout that went right down to the wire. Mark Webster threw 100 with his last 3 darts to finish on 298. But Darren Webster, trailing by 54 points with 1 dart left, found a treble 19 to squeak through on 301 points.
A big treble, and he's got it, and he's got it. Darren Webster has beat Mark Webster by 3 points. The visit of 58, the visit of 58, second visit from Mark was the undoing.
And the last dart visit of 57 when he had to hit a big treble from Darren Webster. He books a date with Bill Taylor, the man he whitewashed in the Grand Slam last year. If that wasn't dramatic, I don't know what is.
So there you have it. These were some of the most beautiful moments in darts history. Which among these happens to be your favourite one? Do let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the next one.